American people need champions to remind them what they're capable of.
It's hard to imagine the pressure of being 20 years old and walking into a stadium of 120,000 people in Nazi Germany, especially if you're a black man named Jesse Owens.
This film has been just as much of an acting experience as it has been an educational experience for me. To not only learn about that time, what that was like, in America and in Germany, but to learn about Jesse himself. There's so many things that people don't know about him. You hear his name, but you think of, the athlete, the fastest man on the planet, the guy who won those 4 gold medals. But we know so little about the humanitarian he was, the man he was, the father he was. So, that's what I really tried to tap into this film and try to bring a level of humanity to Jesse that a lot of people haven't seen.
Jesse Owens shocked the world with his talent, but most importantly, his humanity, at a time when black folks in America were not even considered full citizens. Jesse and his Ohio State track coach, Larry Snyder, didn't pay attention to the color of one's skin. Jason Sudeikis plays Coach Snyder.
Problem, Coach?
No.
You want me to do it again?
Yeah.
Why do you think that sports is always such an equalizer?
Well, I think because there's the distinction that is removed from maybe art and just life itself. Like, there is time, there are points. It's like it does sort of, at the end of the day, politics removed from all of it, it's like you can tell who crossed the line first. You can see it with your own eyes. You can look on the watch and see what's going on, if we're talking about track specifically. But I also think it's a tremendous opportunity for people to show off their integrity, the way they handle winning and losing, the way teams form together against an opponent.
Stephan James nails the role as Jesse Owens, and even being an athlete himself, he says it's not easy.
I grew up playing basketball and volleyball. So to me, I wasn't too familiar with track and field, but I'm familiar with athletics. So for me, it just started with conditioning, making sure that I was in a place where I was able to take on the 3 months of shooting ahead of me, and then not only learning how to run fast, but then to run like Jesse. Everything that he did was so particular to him, so I had to make sure that I was paying attention to those details.
The movie Race is so relevant today, and Jason Sudeikis sums it up quite nicely.
We got foot races, right? Race. We got race, black and white. My personal opinion is that the third entendre, if you will, is the human race. And I believe that both within the story, but then also within the product, but also in the process. I mean, it's an independently financed film. It's an international film. I mean, you got a comedian from Kansas, a white fellow born in Jamaica with a British accent. You got a Toronto kid, black kid. You got French and Canadian financiers telling a story on the world stage. Like that is as much the first 2 races as it is like just human beings all connecting and fusing together again to put this story first and foremost in people's ears and eyes again, which has been 80 years and a lot of people have forgotten.
For those 10 seconds, you are completely free.
Now he's just showing off.
For AURN.com, I'm Tanya Hart.